Hello everyone, it is Sunday, June 28th, 2020, which means it is time for my comic book hot pick video for books that are going to be released July 1st. If you haven't seen this video, this is where I just talk about some books that are coming out that I'm interested in getting, whether it be a storyline that I like, or a cover that I think is really cool, or a book that may have a first appearance that I think people may or may not like, or that I'm interested in. And these are books that may or may not go up in value, but a lot of people seem to like this video that I do, and I'm getting a lot of good feedback, so I'm going to continue doing that. Now, if you've been keeping tabs on the news, Marvel and DC will not be releasing any of the regular books this week. They're going to release some trades and things of that nature, but only independents coming out this week as it relates to comic book releases. So with that said, I have a pretty good stack of some independents that are coming out I'm real excited for. And then I'm going to show, like I stated in my new comic book video, that I wasn't able to pick up everything last week, but I did pick those up the last few days. I'm going to show those that were part of last week's new comic book video. And then I decided to show some new edition movies that I've picked up. A lot of them from Arrow Video. If you don't know who Arrow Video is, they come out with some really nice special editions on some movies. And then just a couple of other little movies that I picked up recently. So here we go. First book's from Image. Nailbiter Returns #2. Really nice bride cover on this one. Now, I enjoyed the first Nailbiter storyline. I enjoyed the first issue of this new storyline. But the cover on #2 is really, really nice looking. So I'm going to be picking that up. The book that I think is going to be the hot book. It's really not a reaching for something here because everybody's talking about it, from Image Comics also. Negan Lives #1 from Robert Kirkman. I think that book is going to sell really, really good. And I'm looking forward to it because, not that I've watched a lot of The Walking Dead the last 2 seasons because I haven't really liked the way it's gone. I do like a lot of the characters in The Walking Dead. So I'm looking forward to reading this one because I always thought Negan was a really good character. And then finally, from Image, Reaver #9, just because I'm enjoying the storyline, and I know a lot of you have been enjoying it as well. Next up, from Dynamite, Killing Red Sonja #2. Cover B, which is a Batman homage cover. I'm going to hopefully pick one of those up. Also, we have a Vampirella #10, a Perillo cover A. He's been killing it on these Vampirella covers. This week is no different. A beautiful, beautiful cover on #10. And then he has a really nice cover on Vengeance of Vampirella #8. So Perilla has 2 really nice covers coming out this week. I will be grabbing both of those. From Boom Studios, Jim Henson, Storytelling Ghosts #3. Really nice cover on that one. It's a cover A for that one, and they have a really nice FOC cover variant as well coming out. So I am looking forward to both of those. And then Ronin Island #12, just because I am enjoying the Ronin Island storyline. Aftershock, Dark Red #10. Again, I just enjoy the Dark Red storyline and the new books coming out, so I'm going to be on that. From AWA, a book that I think has a chance to really do something. Again, we've talked about AWA releasing some really, really good stories. Their books are doing really, really well. This one is called Devil's Highway. It is a 5-part series. This is #1, and it's a serial killer storyline. So I'm all over that, as you've known. I've talked about that a lot. Anything horror genre, serial killers, creepy looking kids, I'm going to be all over that. So from AWA, Devil's Highway #1. And then Ablaze Comics, only because it is a Jaws parody cover, and it's for Kids #4. They call it the cover C on that. And if you don't know the storyline, Kids is spelled K-I-D-Z. Kids #4, cover C, a Jaws parody, and I am a huge Jaws fan. So that's what we have this week. The books I'm really looking forward to this week, Devil's Highway #1 is the one I'm really looking forward to. And then the Perillo covers on Vampirella. I'm looking forward to both of those as well. So that is it for the books that are coming out this week. Again, nothing Marvel or DC, which is okay because it means it's going to be a real light week on the pocket. And a lot of people need a light week in the pocketbook because DC's just been sending out tons of books and doing a lot of those $9.99 covers. So we'll jump into the books I picked up this week, or picked up last week as part of New Comic Book Day. This is an older book, but I found a really nice copy at a shop, so I picked it up, and I just love this cover. It's kind of a Vietnam memorial cover, in my opinion, in that area. This is God Killers #1. just the way they had, you know, being a military guy, I know the significance of that, you know, the boots, the individual's weapon, their helmet. They've been doing that since probably forever. So I just kind of like that cover right there. So I picked one of those up. Really clean #1 first print. The hot book we talked about, Thor #5. Donny Cates storyline right there. There's the cover there. I was able to get one of these. I was happy with that. This one, I can't think of the name right now. Broadsword Comics. It was a 20th anniversary, celebrating 20 years. And this is Tarot Witch of the Black Rose, #122. I've always talked about this book. I like the storyline. I also like the fact that it is only a $2.95 book. Right there, really cool cover on that there. Tarot Witch of the Black Rose, #122. I did pick up, I showed the more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers, #50, I think it was, or it was just Power Rangers #50. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #50. Foil cover, I picked up a foil cover. This is the connecting cover. You really can't see that with the glare, but it's got the cover on both sides that I showed on the connecting cover that I picked up with the two covers. A book I was real excited to be able to get. We talked about this. Classic Pulp, Ellery Queen. The vintage bondage cover right there, which I liked. You got, you know, the damsel in distress, the bad guy, and the hero coming through the door. When I saw this book, all over it, let me tell you. Really, really great cover on that. And that was a cover purchase only, like I stated before. And then I also talked about how Avatar re-released some of their older Night of the Living Dead books and things of that nature. So I was able to pick up a couple of covers. I'll show you those right there. This is Night of the Living Dead. This is Death Valley #1 classic cover. This is Night of the Living Dead Beginning #1. This is the platinum cover. Really cool cover on that right there. Night of the Living Dead Aftermath #10, the tear cover. Like the girl right there with got the head in her hand. There's that. This is Night of the Living Dead Death Valley #2. Classic cover. I love that. Girl on the bed with the zombie underneath. And speaking of the creepy kid, this is Night of the Living Dead, Just a Girl #1 Platinum Edition right there. Hopefully you can see that. Again, these were not expensive books. These were really nice books. And again, I love this genre, so I had the opportunity to pick up a couple. I did. Now, I ordered these probably 3 months ago, and they just now finally came in. So those were the books that I picked up as part of New Comic Book Day last week. And now we'll show you some of the movies I picked up in the last 2 months. So the first one I picked this up at a Dollar Tree. This is Star Trek, the Compendium. This is Star Trek plus Star Trek Into Darkness. I just picked it up because it was kind of a cool looking box set. Not that I'm a huge Star Trek fan, but I mean, I paid $1 for this. Why would I not want that book? Why would I not want this movie? Pick this one up here. This is a motion picture trilogy, Star Trek. This has Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, and The Voyage Home. I think I paid $3 for this one. All these are sealed, brand new. I like this because it has my favorite Star Trek movie on it, which is The Wrath of Khan, which I absolutely love. And again, for $3, why wouldn't I do that? We were talking about kids' book coming out with the Jaws parody. This was the brand new 4K version of Jaws that came out. This was the Steelbook version. No, this was not the Steelbook. This was the 4K version with the lenticular cover on the front. There's the front. There's the back. When I saw this came out, this is the 45th anniversary of this movie, and I love this movie. And then this was the Steelbook version of it right here, because I do collect Steelbooks. I think this was only available at Best Buy. Again, I see this, I just have to grab it because I absolutely love Jaws. And then I saw this one here. This was another one of those no-brainers. This is kind of a guilty pleasure for me. 40th anniversary, first time on Blu-ray, Urban Cowboy starring John Wayne from 1980. Of course, this movie started the whole country western craze. with mechanical bulls and the Western bars that you see. But this is a really cool movie. I like his character in this movie. And, you know, I'm not a big country music fan, but, you know, I remember, you know, Charlie Daniels, Devil Went Down to Georgia, and he does a live performance of that on this video at the bar during their, you know, Gilley's Rodeo. And so I just like this movie. I like the characters. It's just a fun movie to watch. These next two movies I picked up, we have a store here called Fry's, and they do a price match, and I was able to get these dirt cheap because I found prices online. They matched the price, so I was real happy with that. This first one is an Al Pacino movie that a lot of people don't know about, and they're like, well, I didn't know he did that one. This is a movie, and these are all Arrow videos. This is called Cruisin'. This was done, I don't know the year, I think it's 1980, and this is a movie where he plays a police officer, new police officer who gets, you know, told to go undercover, volunteers to go undercover in the hardcore leather gay underground to catch a serial killer. And it's just a really, really good movie. It's kind of creepy. The killer's really good. And you get to see Al Pacino dance, which is worth its price of admission on this because he's a terrible dancer. But this is Al Pacino's Cruisin', a movie that kind of flies under the radar, but a really, really good movie. Movie I remember from high school. Of course, this is from 1985. This is also from Arrow Video. This is Weird Science. If you don't know anything about Arrow Video, they come out with some really, really good special edition movies where they add a bunch of either deleted scenes, interviews, movie commentary. They'll talk to the cast. Really, really nice. This was when they're starting to release a lot of these 80s movies, the early 80s, mid 80s, and I'm excited about that because that's when I was in high school. I'm aging myself. I remember going to the theater and watching these movies. So here's Weird Science I picked up. Next one, another classic, again from, I think it's 1985, 86, 1984. This is 16 Candles. Of course, the favorite character in the movie, Long Duck Dong, the foreign exchange student, is really good here. And of course, it's got, you know, staples of like Weird Science or this type of John Hughes movies. You know, Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall, who plays the geek in this movie. Just a really good movie about a girl celebrates her 16th birthday and her family forgets about it because of a wedding that's coming up in her family. Her sister's getting married, and just kind of a lot of really good things. You can also see, you know, cameos in there, small parts from John and Joan Cusack are also in this movie, mostly at the dance. And then there's a small scene with, you know, John Cusack and another kid where Anthony Michael Hall's character takes, you know, the Rolls Royce and the girl to their house to get a picture taken. So again, 16 Candles. And then finally, absolutely love Elvira. And so I picked up the Arrow Video Special Edition, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. You know, this movie is what it is. It's a campy movie, but it's a fun movie. If you know anything about Elvira, and only if you lived under a rock you don't know anything about Elvira, the movie is what it is. So really, really cool. I remember watching her when I grew up in San Diego, Saturday nights, Friday nights on the television. Her TV show, Movie Macabre, would come at 11:35 at a KHJ out of Los Angeles, and so I would watch that every week. So Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, Arrow Video Special Edition. So those are some things that I picked up. And again, I appreciate all the support on this video. I'm sorry, my throat's a little, you know, sore right now. You know, the weather changes out here. It's just been blazing hot here in Las Vegas, and I was out today, so I'm a little run down by the sun, but I wanted to get the video out. Oh, finally, I did get something. This is kind of a movie themed as well. My friend Rudy, I went to visit him today just to, you know, talk and listen to a little music, and he gave me this Friday the 13th Jason Lives album covers, just the cover. He'd ordered these from a company, and they'd come with a little bend on the bottom. So they sent him brand new ones, and he knows that this was like a movie that I really liked, and he offered this to me. So I took it. Like I hang the stuff up there on the wall. I'm going to do the same thing with this one because I absolutely love that cover for this Jason Lives soundtrack movie right there. So Rudy, again, thank you very much. So that's pretty much all we have. Again, if you're not a subscriber to the video, please subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, I can't do a whole lot for you. So I will see you this Wednesday with the new comic book pickups. Remember, Devil's Highway is my pick of the week. I think it's going to be really, really nice. And then the Perillo covers. And I am going to do the baseball card video this week, either Monday or Tuesday. I want to give that its own video because there's a lot of stuff I want to show. So That's pretty much all we have. So I hope you liked the video, but as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great, great day, and I'll see you in a couple days.